You're listening to The Morning Show with Dave Hyde on 99.2 Hermitage FM, online and on your smart speaker.
And that was I Want You to Know by Starry Skies, and I've got the fabulous Bristolian, Glaswegian on the phone, Warren from Starry Skies. Hello, Warren.
Hi, Dave. Great to be here. Thank you for the introduction. I've never been called a Bristolian Glaswegian before, but I like it. For anybody who doesn't know, I was born in Bristol, and I mentioned that to Dave earlier, so that'll be me forever.
Well, it's always nice to have you on the show, and last time you was here, you was talking about I Want You to Know, and we learned all about the song and the meaning behind it. Now, the good news is, Do It With Love, which is the album, is now out.
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted, excited. It came out on Saturday, and so far the response has just been, I don't know, well beyond what we expected. It's Thursday today, and so it's only been out for like 4 days, and already it's been played in hundreds of radio stations and been kind of album of the week and artist of the week and various things.
Where's the furthest radio station it's been played?
Furthest? I suppose I'd have to look at a map of America. And it's been played in Australia, so it's part of Australia. It's this
the other side of the globe?
Yeah, the other side of the globe. We've got quite a few stations in Australia have played it, and that's one of the really interesting things, because we run our own record company. The band is called Foxstar Records, so it's literally me that is sending a lot of records away, and maybe one day that will change, but I quite enjoy it because it's just quite exciting to be sending things to like Dallas and Indiana and places in Australia, and just strange names I've got no idea where they are, and then to hear that songs are being played in Arizona, and just strange. It's very strange to imagine the music that we made, the songs that were written actually in this house. I'm kind of in Auchinloch, a little village outside Glasgow. These songs are now all over the world, so yeah, we're really pleased.
Well, I've got to be honest, you sent me a copy of the album, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. It's had that magic fairy dust sprinkled all over it.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm really glad you like it. We're very proud of it. It's probably the strongest collections of songs that I've written, and Matt, who produced it, and all the rest of the Starry Skies, they just did a great job. They're all really talented, so I kind of put down my part of it, and then they all added that magic, I must say.
The artwork on it is brilliant as well.
Yeah, that's Gareth Neal who did that. I really liked that. We were kind of stuck, and it was myself and John Rooney, the lead guitarist in the band, and we just sat one night and we thought we wanted just kind of one strong image, and I think John suggested, what about a sun? And then we kind of looked out, and then all the rest was Gareth. I must admit, most of the things that I get the credit for, or Starry Skies, are down to other people, so I'm really always keen to kind of try and name them, because so many of these things, again, all the beautiful strings in the album and the beautiful vocals by Jen, Heather and Sophie, and the guitar work, they've kind of really made it, so I'm really happy.
Also, the insert inside the vinyl and the album, there's some really good photos in there as well. And I'm not going to say too much about it, because I want people to buy the album so they can see it.
Okay. Yeah. No, they are. The insert was is lovely. I love the photographs, actually. They're all taken by different photographers at different gigs or other events. So yeah, and the lyrics are all there, so people can read the lyrics too.
And you don't get that these days, which is nice.
You don't? I know, and lyrics is one of my favourite parts of songwriting. To the extent, there's actually a DJ from Liverpool got in touch with me a couple of weeks ago, and he'd been playing records and stuff, and he sent me a set of lyrics and asked me to put them to music.
Oh wow!
Which was kind of quite out of the blue. So I did it, and it was actually to a friend of his. He won't hear this because he's left another area, and he was a friend of Isabel who wasn't well. He was really kind of a bad illness, and he'd written these words for her, and he asked me to put them to music, so I did, and I kind of recorded it and sent them back to him, and now he wants me to go and do it in a studio properly, because I just recorded them with a wee kind of phone.
Nice.
So he's asked if I'll go in and do it at the studio. He's going to kind of pay a day's studio for me to go in and do that for him, so it'd be nice, and nice to be nice, as they say, isn't it? And they were quite good lyrics, but the thing is, though, he's now saying to me, like, I've got some other lyrics if you want, but that's my favourite part of writing songs, is writing the lyrics, so I'm kind of saying I'm going to go, his lyrics are good, I'm going to go, well, maybe not, because I'm just that's my kind of favourite part of it, that and coming up with the tunes.
Well, as we said, Do It With Love's got that magic dust that we don't know where it comes from, we just know it's got it, and it's absolutely brilliant. And it was released on Saturday, and then this Saturday you have a bit of a special gig going on.
So yeah, the album launch is on this Saturday. It's going to be a kind of full professional studio affair. It's going to be broadcast from Maybank Studios. and that's where we made the album. There'll be kind of sound guys, lighting, and it's all very fancy. So yeah, it should be good, and we'd hope listeners can join us. It's really easy to get a ticket. They're only £7. It's dead cheap, and that's for one whole household. And it's they are available from foxstarrecords.info or foxstarrecords.com.
Foxstarrecords.info.
That's it. Yeah, they're available there.
Only because we spoke the other day and I couldn't say it.
Yeah, I'm the same. Some things are we needed to pick an easier record label. We'll maybe change the name of it to something that's just better. We'll maybe just call it Star Records, because that would be easier. But for the time being, we'll go with Foxstar Records.
So that's foxstarrecords.info. You can buy your album, you can on vinyl and CD.
Yeah, and downloads. There's downloads, and who knows, we might even do cassettes. People seem to be doing cassettes now, which surprises me. I don't have a cassette player. Do you have a cassette?
No, they went a while ago, but I did see them being sold in a supermarket not so long back.
Ah, okay, so maybe a revival of the cassette player.
I noticed on the website when I looked, you can also buy the CD and the ticket together.
Yes, the bundle, the album launch bundle, yes. So people can buy a CD of the new album and a ticket for the launch show for £15 and a vinyl copy and a ticket for the show for £20. So we're really encouraging people to kind of imagine they're going to a real kind of gig, because it's going to be kind of quite a professional shot affair, and they get some drinks in, whatever their poison is, lemonade or wine, and some snacks, and just kind of sit there and be part of the launch party.
So does that mean you've been in there putting lights up and stuff, or other people doing that for you?
I wish I would be doing it if I could do it, but I'm not very I'm pretty rubbish with a lot of stuff like that. So Matt, he's really technical and also very smart, so he's in and he's set up apparently there's a big light screen behind.
It's gonna look nice.
And and there's a proper all that stuff's in there. And I guess what I'll probably do is maybe take along a couple of kind of wee pictures from my own wee studio or something that's kind of personal to me, and just maybe place them around, just going to make myself feel at home.
And also, because you're performing online, how are you going to feel without not having a crowd?
Well, I was thinking about that today, Dave, actually, and what I reckon we'll do is, because it can be strange, just like you play a song and then silence with these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask Matt to go and find the most raucous rock and roll or football crowd or rugby crowd, the applause that he can, and then after every song just get him to press like 10 seconds of just this bedlam applause, and it'll amuse me get into the next song anyway, and it'll make me feel kind of as if there's lots of people there. It might sound a bit bizarre.
All I'm going to say is welcome to the radio industry, because we do 2-3 hour shows and it's nothing at the end. You walk out the studio, you don't know who's heard it, what they think.
I know, it's true. You need to get people texting in. That's what you need to do, is get them texting.
Well, we get the text, but it's weird because it's like you don't get that round of applause at the end of performing.
It is strange, but I guess I never thought of that. But of course, radio DJs always have that. That's just kind of you're just transmitting into the ether. Yeah. So we'll get a taste of that this Saturday from Maybank.
It's what I call payback to the artists.
I think what you should do is, I'm going to get that applause. Once Matt finds that canned applause, I'm going to get him to send it down. I'll send it down to you, and you should just do at the end of every show, you should just say, thank you very much, listeners, it's been great to be here, I really appreciate you being here, and then just push the button and have all this applause for like
I've got a treat for you.
I think you should.
I found one. That's what you're going to hear at the end.
See, I love it. That's great.
Yeah, so it'll be like this. You'll finish your song.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
That is going to be quite strange. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll ask Matt to put it on sometime and then not do it other times. Just so each time I'll be like an edge. It'll keep me an edge, and I'll be like, and it'll come and I'll go, oh, good. And then the other time it'll be just silence, and then I'll have to kind of speak into the silence. Now, it's going to be good fun, though. I think it's going to be a great fun event. We're going to kind of do some competitions. In fact, do you know what we could do, Dave, as a competition? I don't know if any listeners are up for this, but let's give away some copies of the album. We'll just give away...
Okay.
We'll give away 5 CDs now, and we'll give away 5 CDs, and we'll also give away 5 tickets to the live stream.
Oh, fantastic.
We'll do that for the first 5 people to message the Starry Skies Facebook page with the answer to this question, and the question is, what was the image on the cover of the Starry Skies album called Be Kind? Starry Skies album called Be Kind. What was on the cover? And the first listener, 5 listeners from Hermitage that leave a message in the Starry Skies Facebook page, I'll send them all the stuff.
And I'll tell you, we'll also put a link up on our Facebook and Facebook page for you.
Magic. So
no, if you can go over to the Hermitage FM Facebook page or the Dave HFM Facebook page, and you'll see the links over to Starry Skies Facebook page, so you can go and send them a message.
Yeah, they're supposed to send us a message. I'm going to have loads of people in Scotland and other places saying, what are you doing? You're selling this album to us and tickets for this live stream, and I'm giving them away to Hermitage listeners. But I think that's absolutely fair enough, because you've been so kind to us with music, and I know that you've been, that I Want You to Know was a really kind of big song for you. You've listened to it more than anybody else in the world, Dave, so I think that it's only right that we should give some records away in your show.
I fell in love with that song when I first heard it. Straight away it was like bump, and then the other day when I got the album, it was literally a case of straight on. I listened to the whole thing, and the smile on my face at the end was brilliant. It made me feel good, because what are the stories behind the songs on the album?
Well, I suppose all the songs, the first song that was written was kind of Do It With Love, and I decided there that I wanted to write a song that was just about, it sounds corny, but I don't care, the power of love. Basically, love is a power for healing and making people feel better, and I think so many of the problems in the world are caused by a lack of love. People that have been hurt in some way or neglected or whatever, or just something's happened to them, and the only thing I think that can really help these things is often love, so that's the theme of the album. So in some way the songs all reflect upon love as a thing, whatever love is. And I mean, it's not all romantic love. It could be love for a brother, for a sister, for a granny that's no longer here, for your granddad, or for a grandchild, or for a child, or the child of a friend, or a sister, a brother, whatever, could be for a dog, it could just be for whatever, and it's all the songs are basically about that. And it's nice that you say that I'm really glad that you made you feel that way, because a few people have fed back similar type things. I mean, I got a text from another quite well-known songwriter, a lot well-known than I am, quite famous, and they'd said it really brought them comfort. They found a really comforting album, and they said that right now they felt the world needed all the blooming healing it can get, and they said that it would really make people feel warm and kind of, and again, remind people of the power of love and remind them of their own relationships and things. And it's, see if it makes some people feel better, then I'll just be delighted. Whether or not it ever makes money or it ever does anything further than what it has this week, I'll be delighted. And one thing is that I hope it makes people want to reach out to other people that they've maybe not reached out to for a while, and they just make that connection.
I think that's what's going to be quite nice, because the album itself is as I say, it's brilliant. But then obviously on Saturday with the launch show, which I do have my tickets. I'll be tuned in.
Great.
And we've got a few things kept in the fridge ready for Saturday night as well.
Oh, nice one.
So it'll be a good night, and I can't wait to see you perform it. Because are you performing with anybody?
I'm performing with Heather. Heather's the violin player in the band. I mean, we have 3 strings players. We have, as well as electric guitar, bass and drums, the usual. We've got Jen plays cello, Heather plays violin, and Sophie plays viola, but they also always all sing and play other instruments as well. So unfortunately, because we've got to make sure this is safe for everybody involved, including all the crew, so there's only going to be myself and Heather, and we're going to be kind of opposite side of the studio, kind of screens and things. But it's going to be a brilliant party. We're going to make the absolute most of it. It's going to be great.
I'm really looking forward to it, I've got to be honest.
And I've been practicing hard as well. I should. In fact, you know what? That's the thing in life. I tend to not worry so much anymore and not get nervous about anything, because, see if you just try your best. I would be worried if I hadn't been kind of practicing or playing. We've been practicing really hard. I mean, I'm really practicing every single day for this, and Heather and I have been getting together again at opposite sides of the studio and practicing. So we're going to have done our absolute best to put on a brilliant show, and I always try and put on a great show for people, because I just think if people have bought a ticket, then they deserve. In fact, it doesn't matter if they bought a ticket or not. If they're there giving you their time and listening, their attention, then you've got to put the effort in. There's nothing worse than people that are doing kind of studied cool, or they're trying to be, they don't engage. You've got to really put on a show for people. So that's what we're going to do on Saturday night.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. Again, head over to foxstarrecords.info to buy your tickets. The album on CD and vinyl. You can get the downloads as well.
Yes.
And also, don't forget as well, as Warren said, head over to Starry Sky's Facebook and get a message on there. And what was it you wanted to know, Warren?
Somebody says, what was the image that was on our album before this one? There was an image on the Be Kind album, and if they send us that as a message, then rather than just put it on the page, if they just send us a message saying the answer to the question is, I'll then see who they are, and I can then connect with them and get their postal address.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much for that. That's a nice surprise.
No, me too. I don't know. It suddenly just came into my head and I thought we'd do it. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad we did it. And it's lovely to talk to you, Dave. It always is, and I really appreciate the support of the station, and I look forward to one day sitting outside and having a coffee with my guitar, sitting there and passing the time of day with.
You are more than welcome anytime. I'll make sure I'm there when you come down.
That'd be brilliant.
Well, Warren, thank you very much for your time today. And do you know what? I will see you on Saturday evening. I am looking forward to it. I will be in the comments sending you a few messages.
Brilliant.
And you have a great time and enjoy it.
Good man. Really appreciate it, Dave.
No,
Speak to you soon.
No problem. Just for you, Warren. Just for you.
Yeah. Sorry.
This next track is Do It With Love by Starry Skies, and it is the title track from their new album. I almost forgot. If you're listening to this after the 20th of November 2020... the competition has now closed.
You're listening to Dave
on 99.2 Hermitage FM.